Hello y'all, welcome to part 3 of my French National State Legionary Order path playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod Kaiserredux. In part 2, well, we got a pope because the leader of the Legionary Order of France, Joseph Donon, does not believe the current pope of the Italian Federation is legitimate. We also invaded Liberia, which we annexed due to the fact the government of, well, Donon did not think their government was, he didn't like it. He just didn't like it. Besides that, though, we did intervene in the Spanish Civil War in some way. We sent 3 divisions there, and their presence can be more or less described as defending Madrid, which we took from the Kingdom of Spain. We are aiding the Carlists in that conflict. And let's go to our research tree now, start researching the Thompson submachine gun or something like that. Also start researching construction 2. Good. Modified government, what can we do here? Go from limited conscription to extensive conscription maybe? Yes, let's do that. Do that now. Doctrines available for air doctrine. Let's go with, say, operation, no, close air support. Just go with close air support. It's usually what's the best option, typically. And let's merge our navy together. We've done it before, we need to do it again because we made a new ship. So that's done now. Good. What are we going to do here? What can we do in the Spanish Civil War? We only have 3 divisions. Let's attack here, maybe. Cut these guys off in Madrid. Could that be accomplished? Possibly. Cut them off, encircle them, then destroy their units. I hope we don't lose Madrid for doing this, but we'll see. Attack these guys, though. Just be careful around Madrid. We have Alphonse Juan leading the troops here. And here's the new infantry division. Send them to Army Group 1. Army 1 as well as this infantry division here. Good, keep attacking. Madrid is not under threat of any enemy units just yet. Oh wait, it is now. Forget it. Force cooperation is done in the focus tree. We're doing the military branch of the tree at this point. And now let's do industrialized colonies, which will give us, say, 4 civilian factories in 42 days. Keep advancing here in Spain. Just defeat these commanders. And the Carlists are now in Madrid. Good, we don't have to worry about protecting it ourselves. We're just going to deal with these encircled volunteers from, I think, Germany. Also, Hawaii, are they here? Oh no, I don't think that's right. Oh yeah, it is Hawaii. Yeah, there are Hawaiians in the Spanish Civil War, and the Austrian Empire declared war on Hungary. The crisis on the Danube is taking place. Poland declared war on Galicia, Lodomeria. That is going on. And we're at 51% world tension at this point. Here's some event that will cause us to lose base stability. Also, war support. What can we do here? Italian Federation. Do I want to justify on them now since the... Let me see. 5 to 23 divisions. We could do it. Frankly, we could attack the Italian Federation. Let's justify on them just to see what happens. That would take 90 days. Wow. So continue our war with the nationalist. We will fight we plan on fighting the French, no, not the French, but the Italian Federation due to a dispute the leader of, well, Joseph Donon has with Pope Pius XII. You see, he thinks he's illegitimate. The conclave that elected him was sort of corrupted, so to speak. So let's move Army 1, that's in Algiers at this point, to Corsica, which we have as a pretty nice naval base for our country. Also relocate the Navy here. Bring them now to Corsica. And we're going to set up some naval invasion plans and also plan to move into Sardinia. Can we finish all these enemy divisions in this area, please? Get this over with. We've helped out the Carlists quite a lot, so finish this encirclement before our units are going to be sent off in a war. Now, with these units here, what can we do? Set up some naval invasion orders, probably. And we have a pretty powerful navy, I would say, so have naval invasions launched toward Genoa, Spezia, Livorno, and near Rome. Yeah, that province next to Rome. So what can we do? Send these Marines near Rome with 3 divisions. Let's attack, say, 4 ports. Take this place near Rome. Take this port near in Genoa. Take these camels, send them up to Genoa or Livorno. Yeah, Genoa. Land there. Good. have 2 divisions land here, and have 2 divisions land at Livorno. Well, 2 divisions at Spezia, 2 divisions at Livorno. And that is the plan for the naval invasion of the Italian Federation. Can we just put 1 division on this order? Maybe we can, I don't know. Can that be done, or can it only be 10? 1 division. Okay, that works. Even though they may fail horribly. We'll see. And let's see our navy here. Well, don't do nothing just yet. The Mozambique Bush War, I believe it's called, ended just now. Can we continue our advance here and circle these volunteers and these nationalist Spanish units? Keep the push going on. We're helping out the Carlists greatly, I would hope. Push these guys, these German troops stuck in Spain. They're volunteers. Push these guys, though, actually. Portuguese Empire joining Entente, that's good for us. They're part of our faction now, which consists of the Legionary Order of France, as well as many other countries, mainly the Kingdom of Canada. Kingdom of Canada is the leader. Okay, we surrounded those poor German volunteers, Hawaiian and German volunteers in Spain. This is so absurd. So Hawaiian National Guard, the Hawaii National Guard will be destroyed in the fighting, as well as the 2nd and 3rd Infantry Divisions of the great and mighty German Empire. That is, why did you guys want to help the Kingdom of Spain so much? That is a mistake for them, isn't it? That is terrible. Those guys are gone. Now, doctrines available. Let's do Fleet and Bean, or Trade Interdiction, possibly. Do Fleet and Bean. So, do we deploy our navy yet? How much oil do we have? I gotta keep that in mind, I would say. Okay, we have some oil. Keep making more military factories in Algiers. Get all that done. Great. Industrialize the colonies is complete. Build stuff down here. No national focus is set. Let's start doing Entente trade deals. That will take 35 days. That will get us a national spirit called Trade with the Entente. We have finished off... Oh, no, we're not done yet. Surround these guys, though. 2 divisions left here. There's an event that gives us 5 political power. There is 6 kingdom... Well, Spanish kingdom divisions here. What's this about? This is the Excellent Français. And what does this do? Excellent Frenchman. Elise. Okay, so this event gives us some... It's some song or something. It gives us some manpower and some base stability. Base force support, I believe. And we're beating back these Spanish Kingdom of Spain troops. There's some Dutchmen in this trapped group of troops. And they're being attacked by the CNT. These guys are sandwiched, essentially. They're fighting the CNT-5 here, as well as our units helping the Carlist Spanish out quite a bit. As long as Carlist Spain can hold on to Madrid, I would say they're doing pretty good. And in our doctrines, let's do Get Delay. Unlock that. We're doing the Superior Firepower Doctrine. I hope our Navy... A peace conference has occurred, and Hungary was annexed. Galicia, Lodomeria took 1 state. Austria took a lot of them. Illyria took 1 also. And now I think Poland is standing alone. Yes, they are. Slovakia is also a thing. Now Transylvania is also, so bad day for Hungary there. Their attempt to break away from the Austrian Empire did not pan out at all. Let's get ourselves an aircraft designer, get Bruck here for a fighter manufacturer, and let's move a few planes around. Japan announces her ambitions, move our navy, our air force. Where is our air force? They're in Sierra Leone. Oh yeah, they helped us out with the invasion of Liberia. So put these planes here. This air base has a capacity of several, well, get some tactical bombers established as an air base. Get them there, get 100 fighters. And this should, I don't know how big the Air Force of the the Italian Federation Air Force will be, but I hope we can outnumber it. Get some divisions here, unassigned units, camel troops, bring them to the First Army, good. Red Flood, some book event. And please, how are we doing in Madrid? Oh, we finished off that group that was encircled. Great, so we are helping out we're aiding the, let's push, oh, we lost. The Carlists lost Madrid, of course they did, since we weren't protecting it anymore. Let's change that before we fight the Italian Federation, though, just to give Carlist Spain an edge. The reason we're helping out Carlist Spain is the possibility that they may choose to join our faction. We got Entente trade deals researched now. Let's now do Magravi shipbuilding to get 3 naval dockyards. That will be good. And take back Madrid. We just got to take back Madrid. That is the plan there. Do that. Free military factories, start making close air support now. We need some. I want at least 1 squadron of dedicated close air support. Yeah, I don't see us taking back Madrid before we declare war. Or maybe we will. I don't know. Just push there ever so slightly. Great. Now the Knight Monks of Saint-Creux. In the heights above Oran stand a citadel built centuries ago by the Spaniards. The fort of Saint-Creux, taken over and restored after the conquest of Algeria. The fort was until recently a secondary garrison. However, the sleepy citadel has been bustling with activity for the last few months. A school was created there by the regime to educate the future elites of the nation. Under the leadership of Lieutenant Pierre Dunoyer de Soxenac, a young and fiery officer, and René Donares, a military chaplain beloved by his men, the National School of Cadres of Oran has created an innovative 6 months curriculum to shape hundreds of the brightest youths of the nation into leaders worthy of saving France. With strict discipline, exemplary morality, strenuous physical exercise inspired by scoutism and military training, long hours of study, and a deep sense of camaraderie, Lieutenant Donaire de Soutinac hopes to create a new man entirely dedicated to national interest. Interestingly, the students in their retreat between sea and sky have begun to shape the spirit of the school themselves, nicknaming Donaire de Soutinac the Old Chief. Though the man is barely 30, they have styled themselves as a knightly order, with a motto and coat of arms, swearing an oath to France and their comrades. A development embraced by the direction of the school as the romantic image. A development embraced by the school. No, that's not right. A development embraced by the direction of the school as the romantic image of the school brings ever more volunteers. Anyway, however, St. Creux's independence is worrying some within the government, while others consider the school to be slowly but surely turning into a personality cult around the old chief, if not a cult plain and simple, given the increasingly mystical Catholic devotion fostered by Padre de Nerus. What should be done? Sure, let's support them and gain some base war support and political power at the cost of base stability. More base war support is good for the Legionary Order of France. And let's research Recon Company now. Modified government. Let's get ourselves a ship designer. Go with a light ship. The manufacturer. I think that would be good for that would be useful for building destroyers. We're not going to retake that territory, aren't we? We are not. How bad are the Carlists outnumbered in this war? They're not doing well at all. Are they like the weakest of the three factions in the Spanish? Okay, I gotta move back. Madrid's not going to be taken by us. We might get encircled. Yeah, there's a possibility if we don't move back now. Cancel that attack. Please, cancel. Stop. Retreat. Stop. Retreat. Fall back. You guys are encircled. Nearly. Just get out of there. Move back. Entirely. Figured that would happen. Yeah, I was right. Second Volunteer Army was annexed. That's the end of the Russian Civil War. Relocate. Good. We saved our units. Now move up here. Take a province or something. I don't know. Carlos Spain is just not faring too well. We are aiding them, though, in the hopes of getting another potential ally in Liberia besides the Portuguese Empire. So, we've secured our position somewhat. And how is everything going with the Italian Federation? We are ready to invade them, so let's do that now and see how this goes. Call in all of our allies. That is going to be done. And our goal here, ultimately, is to get rid of this Pope and replace him with our Pope. The Pope Joseph Darnan likes, compared to Pius XII. The problem, strange thing is, I think our Pope is named Pius XII. Although, if we win the war, Pius XII's of, I don't know, he'll just be viewed as illegitimate. Whatever. Let's start our military operation now. Those volunteers in Spain are going to return soon, relatively speaking. Oh yeah, I got to use my navy. Whoops, that was a mistake. Bring these guys out though. Attack. Patrol the area. Also move some move some units into Corsica and take it over for the French national state. Good. Begin the attack now. We have our navy operating. Can we begin the war? Do we have naval superiority? We do not just yet. Whatever. Take Corsica. Sardinia. Canada wants to join the war. Let them in. Good. Take the rest of this island. Malta has been called into the conflict. This is a battle between Catholic nations, ultimately. Joseph Darnan is a very, ultra-Catholic. I guess you'd call him a traditional Catholic. And this is 1938. So this is before Vatican II and all that. Got to take over Sardinia, get this done, attack these units. They're really defending this island. They're trying to hold the last presence they have here. They moved in 4 divisions crazy. Keep pushing here. Take the rest of this, though. Capture this place. Oh, we've started a naval invasion, too. And a few units have successfully landed. Meanwhile, a few have not. Move in more infantry divisions now, though. Bring them over here. Bring these guys, these divisions also near Rome. And choose to bring in a few of this. Bring these mounted troops here with the camels near Florence. So take Florence, advance out of Livorno. Actually have the camels hold Livorno. And have the infantry advance toward Florence, which is an important city. And fortunately for us, it seems that the Italian Federation is somewhat distracted with Sardinia. Get this infantry division moved up to the front somewhere. Bring them here near Florence. That would be helpful, I think. Take Florence, well, Livorno, that beachhead there. Our volunteers have returned home. Bring them to Army 1. And we're focusing the full might of the Legionary Order on our war with the Italian Federation and the false Pope. So, now let's complete the focus, National Rearmament Program. Once it's complete, we'll get ourselves 4 military factories, and that will be, well, that will help us out in producing more weapons for the Legionary Order of France, won't it? So, what do we do? Well, keep advancing, or trying to advance anyway. I hope our allies arrive soon to give us some help. The push out of the beachhead near Rome does not seem to be going so well, unfortunately, and we need a few more divisions here. That much I will admit. Keep pushing here. Did these guys... Oh, we took that place. Good. Did we destroy their divisions, or did they retreat or something? Whatever. We have Sardinia now. Costa Rica has capitulated. I have player-led peace conferences on, so I'm going to have to make them a puppet or something. I have no idea. Puppet them for the Legionary Order of France or something. That is the plan there. Hold our positions. Keep advancing. Defeat those tank units. Set out from this island here. Oh, we took Genoa. Well, Spezia, we took that. Advance on Genoa from that place, though, that port. And we'll keep landing more troops in the Italian Federation's territory to end our war and get rid of the Pope we don't like. Well, Donan doesn't like. Also, let's start researching the next artillery upgrade. The fate of Costa Rica. Puppet. So let me look at that now. It's a national populist state. It's led by... Okay, well, it's still a member of the Entente. And back to the war with the Italian Federation. This is a war between Catholics. Surround these units here. Attack this division while they're going to be encircled. More or less. There we go. Destroy them now. They're trapped where they are. Yeah, they're done for. Algerian Muslim scouts, be prepared. This will help national populism will become more popular for this choice. Move more infantry divisions to the front. I can't be bothered to read focuses at this point in time. Keep advancing, though. Advance out of here. Move toward these divisions we have near Rome. Get all that done. They're falling apart pretty fast, I will admit. Move more units to the front near Genoa, which is becoming where most of our troops will be located. At this point, we just got to connect them up with the units near Rome. And we are going to do that soon, I believe. Did they lose all those divisions in Corsica? I mean, Sardinia? I guess they did. Cut the country in half. Get this done now. And this is looking to be the first major victory for the Legionary Order of France and their return to Europe, so to speak. I mean, it's not exactly taking Paris, but taking Rome is a big deal in of itself. The fall of Rome has occurred, and we have surrounded the internal city. Rome belongs to France now. And so, get some military stuff, get more weapons made, doctrines available, research mobile defense, free dockyards, what can we do? Make more cruisers or something, and some convoys, or never mind, that works. Can our planes start doing missions here, please? Back us up ever so much. That would help slightly in the area. Yeah, so we'll have some planes doing something. Where's the rest of the Air Force? I have 2 air wings. They're in Sierra Leone. What am I doing? Get them up here in Rome. Be useful here, please. Nothing's going on in Sierra Leone. There's no war there anyway. So bring these planes in and push outward. Let's make our entire front line for Army 1 focused on advancing into what we don't control still in the Italian Federation's land. Just drive them back. Oh, wait, I gotta split these guys in half, don't I? Yes, I do. Focus here, please. They will focus there. The rest of them will focus here. They'll move into Ravenna, Ancona, San Marino, all those places. Advance forward. Now, start advancing here, please. Take Turin and Milan and Genoa. Oh, no, we took Milan. Take Genoa. I mean, yeah, at least take that place. Get that done now. So there goes our camel troops and other units like that. We're getting pretty close to an all-out victory here. And the push is continuing. So keep that going. So move more units up here, actually, because we seem to be doing fine with Ravenna. These guys are going to be stuck with no ports pretty soon. And did the Austrians always have Venice? Never mind, we won the war. Let's take everything. Why did they have so much score? We took everything ourselves. Whatever, pass. I have player-led peace conferences on, so I'm just going to take everything in turn. Hit done. And we have defeated the Italian Federation. That was a brief war, honestly. Move back all of our units to last Italy standing. Sure. That's the SRI. Move these units here, though, to Corsica for now. And can we make them a puppet? Yes, the fate of Italy. Make them as a puppet. Yes, we'll do this. And can we put the Pope we like in power? We did not. Is that how that works? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Pius XII proclaims the papacy. After months of exile, following his election by the last bastion of untainted Catholicism, His Holiness Pope Pius XII's rightful seat has been reclaimed. As our armies march victorious across the Tiber, the government of the Italian Federation has been firmly established under Pius XII's watchful eye. However, more than this, the false pontifex elected in the Masonic-dominated conclave following Pius XI's death has officially resigned his post, declaring that the Algiers conclave was legitimate and that Pius XII is the rightful pontiff. The Roman pretender encouraged the cardinals to fully back Levavier's pontificate. Following his resignation, what cardinals were in Rome held a very brief conclave that formally elected Pius XII, confirming what the pretender had spoken. Pius XII, in a show of goodwill, confirmed the various bishops and cardinals made under the pretender to ensure that the faithful do not suffer much distraught in these scandal-ridden times. However, Pius XII also said that every action of the pretender would be reviewed in the coming months to ensure that the Freemasons will apparently never again threaten the Catholic Church. With this course of events, the Church's Masonic takeover has been dealt with, even though that may not be. I don't know. The root of this whole issue comes from the fact that the previous pope that was viewed as illegitimate by Joseph Donon did not endorse his flavor of Catholicism, and one must remember he is a national populist leader. So, moving on from that, with the course of the event, never mind. And, okay, so the Bride of Christ has once more become pure and immaculate. Vivat Pontifex, whatever that means. And now we have our guy in power in the Italian Federation, and I think we do anyway, do we? That's a different person, isn't it? Is that the right Pius XII? I'm not sure if it is. Where is he? Do we have the right Pope? I think I messed up something. Whatever, they're still a puppet of the Italian Federation. Ended the Second Great Occidental Schism. Today, the schism that has rocked the Catholic Church since the election of a rival Pope in Algiers has officially come to an end. Pope Pius XII, formerly known as Marcel Leboeuf, has been resigned as the sole legitimate pontiff by a small conclave of cardinals within Rome. Prior to this conclave, the man elected to replace Pius XI and seen by most as the legitimate pope, formally resigned his office. Pius XII, since assuming his office, has proved to be one of the most traditionalist popes in recent memory, along with a tacit endorsement of the regions of France's ultranationalist Catholicism. It seems the Catholic Church shall be returning to an era where it sees herself as above all and desiring to rule all. It seems 1417 has come again. And is he actually there? I mean, we have a Pius XII, I don't think it's the right one. Whatever. We got our Pope, technically. Whatever. Victory for the Legionary Order of France in some way. I'm confused. I feel like I didn't do something right. Oh well, at least we have a puppet in Italy, which will give us land access to the the Commune of France if need be. That is unfortunate. Well, I mean, that's good for us, but I guess that's unfortunate for the Third Internationale, who's now going to have to deal with that front possibly being a thing in the event the exiles of the Entente choose to return home. I think it would probably do the Entente faction well if the Legionary Order of France continued to expand its influence around the world. So that said, we're going to start justifying on Colombia, who is bordering Panama, and they have a land border there already, so that's good for us. Let's move all of our army here, as well as our navy, and potentially, depending how long it takes for the Germans to start fighting with the Commune of France, we could establish make most of South America a puppet of our country, which would be greatly beneficial in terms of manpower and resources. And let's get our navy moved, as well as our air force. Bring these planes over to Panama. They'll just sit in this air base for now, near the capital of our allies' country. And Costa Rica, how are they doing? They have, I don't know, they're not doing much right now besides being a naval base for the Kingdom of Canada's Navy, but it's fine. I think we should be able to overwhelm the Colombian military. Looking at their numbers, Guatemala joined the Anti-Revolutionary Alliance. We could honestly expand into a lot more of Latin America, which, I mean, sky's the limit there. We can make all of South America our puppet, potentially. I mean, like I said before, it depends how long it takes for the German Empire to go to war with the Commune of France and the Third Internationale, and vice versa. National rearmament program is done. Now in the focus tree, there's some treaty there in China. Now let's complete this here. What can we do? Let us complete the focus. What's this? What does this say? Supply and liberation. This will give us a national spirit. Once this focus is done, this national spirit will give us less supply consumption, a higher production efficiency base, higher factory output, and military factory construction speed will go up, and all of this is at the price of stability. So that's done now. We have some free military factories, start making more, I guess, planes. We need more advanced planes. So the Legionary Order of France needs to be as advanced as possible before war breaks out with the Communards and the whole Third Internationale. And we're really still going to be counting on the Third Internationale to be distracted with the German Empire and the Reichspakt. Also, it looks like the Reichspakt may eventually go to war with the Russian Socialist Republic. And what's this about? Some event here. We gain some intel. It says here this event is going to give us intel. Well, give us more intelligence on the Commune of France, and the Kingdom of Greece has joined our faction. We could also invade the Sultanate of Egypt. I don't know. We could really expand into a lot of places as the Legionary Order of France. Our military isn't exactly super huge, but at the very least it can be useful in fighting more regional, it's a regional powers military, essentially. The Insulindian National Revolution is taking place in what could be considered Indonesia. The Emirate of Cyrenaica joined the Cairo Axis. That has happened. If the Cairo Axis ends up fighting the Ottomans, we could intervene in the Middle East and get a French puppet in Egypt. And that would just help us out quite a bit. Now, in the research tree, let's research computing machine. I need more oil. Who can we trade with for oil? Who can do that? Poland got annexed by Austria. There goes an independent Poland, I guess. They chose to help out the Hungarians, and that's how that worked out for them. Unassembled, these colonial garrisons are heading out to where they need to be. What can we do? Modified government. Modified government. What can we do here? Let's go with, get a tank designer, get Renault. Or no, Citroën. You're a light tank designer. I don't even think we're going to really have many tanks anyway. Here's some more garrison troops. Here's some holiday event. Send off these garrison troops to their specific parts of the country they're meant to guard. Have them guard victory points as well. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Guard victory points in core territory. Cape the Cairo Rail. Guard victory points. They now need 18 divisions. So let's give them what they need. The fall of Batavia has occurred. Here's some military factories. Make more planes. We need aluminum. Hopefully the places we're going to be invading have aluminum. Illyria has aluminum. Who has aluminum we can fight? Oh, the Italian Federation does. Thank you, Italian Federation. We don't need to trade with Illyria anymore. And who has resources we may need? Oil. Fuel, I mean. Venezuela. We need to invade Venezuela for fuel purposes. I definitely will do that soon enough. And now in the focus tree, let's complete subsidized plane production to get a military factory and get a bunch of units of tactical bombers, fighters, and close air support in our stockpile of aircraft, and build more military factories also. Get that done now. And I'm thinking the Legionary Order of France is shaping up quite nicely once we start needing to clash with the with the, how to say, the what am I saying? The Third International. The Third International is not going to be prepared for the sheer onslaught of countries and resources we're going to throw at them. The manpower is just going to be out there. And how long is this going to take? It is, well, 31st of August, alert in the Mediterranean. There's some movie event. We got to wait to the end of August 1938. It is nearly the end of July 1938 at this time. Let's set up a few divisions here to go on naval invasion duty, just so we can threaten the Colombian military in more than one place besides the border with Panama. Get the Marines here, give them 5 divisions. I know supplies in Panama may not be the best. The supply situation could be bad for us, so land at this port, or try to. Also land a handful of divisions at the port next to it in Barranquilla. We're aiming to take Cartagena, and I guess whatever this place is here, well, Barranquilla. Yeah, so we have our plan laid out for our invasion of Colombia, and we will be aiming to make Venezuela a subject as well, because of their division count. And at that point, we could potentially fight the Sultanate of Egypt and the Cairo Axis, intervene in their war with the Ottomans. Oh, Philippines join the Entente, neat. Although that could be bad for us in the long term, though, because the Philippines has a tendency in these, well, in Kaiserredux and Kaiserreich, to be a target of Japan's expansion in the Pacific. So that could come back to bite us if the Philippines is joining the faction, but we'll see what happens there. There's no guarantee it will happen, but it usually does in my experience. And now let's unlock dive bombing. There's a war in China. The Qing Imperial Authority is fighting the Shanxi clique. And are these naval invasion orders ready? We need naval supremacy in the Caribbean Sea. We can manage that. That isn't too hard, I hope. How big is the Colombian Navy? I need to find out. Nicaragua declared war on Guatemala. And we could also intervene in Central America. I'm considering my options here, honestly. I really am. I don't know. We could do all that. I mean, there's so many... The world is just... There's so many opportunities for us to expand our finest hours. Some book event there. We definitely do, at the very least, need Venezuela for its oil supply. Because you can just see how much oil, all that fuel that we could use for our Navy without having to trade with a ton of different countries. And also not having to get fuel for our planes. That would be very good. So start having these planes operate in the Panama Canal air region. Can we get more of an air force, please? Okay, 100 fighters, 100 tactical bombers, get them deployed. Good. Deploy them now. Subsidized plane production is done. And it is nearly time to invade the Colombia. And in our focus tree, let's do strengthen the Navy. Get that done. Okay, let's build more military factories now in the Legionary Order of France's territory. Get all that started. And what else? What else can we do? Free military factories. Build more planes. I suppose that'd be fine. And we have another research slot. Get the next infantry equipment upgrade. Good. And let's start having our Navy deploy the fleet out in the Caribbean Sea. I gotta get rid of this. Remove a region first. Do this now, though, and I hope this will be enough to just defeat any force that the Colombian military may have. Well, the Colombian Navy may have. We are ready to go now. Good. The Abyssinian Empire is going to fight Somalia. Declare war at this point. Get it started. Call in allies. Of course, we need Colombia to get involved. We need to get the Panama involved and start justifying on Venezuela. Because we're going to invade them after we invade Colombia. And we have called in all of our allies. Start to order once ready. And I think we should be able to outnumber them. What is this about? This is some book event. It is... Okay. Whatever. Just calls us... Ban the song. It's causing some issues or something like that. I didn't read the full event. I know it's some controversial song, apparently. Move this division over to Central America. We're advancing into Colombia. We are taking this port here, or trying to successfully take this one in Carib. Not this one, though. There's nobody here at this location for some reason, which is fine by me. Or there is. Okay, now that force has been launched, and the larger naval invasion is underway. I may have to move some units, or not. I don't know. So I think these ports are going to fall, actually. That's good. So we have landed good, advance forward, establish more of a beachhead, take this port here, move the Marines forward, take across that river, because Marines have a bonus for fighting across bodies of water, if I recall. Yeah, so let's establish this front line now and push into northern Colombia with more of this force here and push from this other front with these units. Focus on them. Good. Focus there. 15 divisions will push there, and say 9 or 10 will push from this other front we are establishing. And there we go. So get all these units here and establish the front. Begin the push and advance upon Bogota, whatever the name of the Colombian capital is. Just make our way down south and get this division over here as well. Good. Bring them over, also establish the front line here, and don't stop advancing from Panama. And this invasion has been going very well for us, honestly. Get more units involved here. Good. And start. Let's unpause soon enough. And Colombia has taken 7k casualties. We have taken, I don't know, let me check again. We have taken 9k. But let's get another army established, a second army. And they'll join Army Group 2 or Army Group 1 in the field soon, but let's build them up ever so slightly. We're not doing too bad with manpower right now. We're at like 300k, which is because we expanded upon our conscription law here. We went to what is it? We went to extensive conscription. We could go up even more, but I'm not going to do that just yet, or maybe not at all. Keep advancing here. We have a unified front line at this point, so let's just bring all of Army 1 and one unified push through Colombia and win this war against a foe I imagine is hopelessly outnumbered. Advance here. And like I said before, we are going to pursue Venezuela, who does have, they share a border with the West Indies Federation, which we will not bother to attack from. I'm hoping they'll get distracted with that, and we'll move in from Colombia when that moment comes. So keep pushing here. Good. And do we have another? Okay, that's just old news. Just drive our units forward. Attack now. Begin the move. Go. Start the offensive. Be aggressive in executing everything. Good. And we are winning pretty handily here. Our units are moving toward the enemy capital now. We no longer get the effects of IEDC engineers. What are we missing? Oh, light tanks. We need light tanks to be made. Yes, make some of these CMR 30s or whatever, and a few H35s, and the CHR B1s. Good. And now in the focus tree, let's do expand resistance contacts. What else can we do now? Unassigned divisions. We've got some more camel troops. I don't even know what they're good at, but let's bring them to the field. We'll bring them over to Central America. Stop recruiting them, actually. And now, could we recruit one, say, oh, what is this about? Some event here about Monaco. And IEDC investment, invest in arms factories. Everything goes to arms factories for the Legionary Order of France. Invest 100 political power. Keep moving into Colombia. We're getting there. We're overwhelming our enemy. IEDC advisors, help with our construction projects, please. Drive forward. And now we can make more advanced artillery. And I'm thinking we should alter our infantry templates a little bit more. Put more factories on artillery and guns. Give our main infantry division more. Give them support artillery. And this is the bulk of our units, I believe. Yeah, 16 divisions are those types of units. We're going to give them more artillery by giving them support artillery. The enemy's making their stand here, overwhelm them, or just go by them, go around them, I don't care. Just take over this country. That is the game plan. We got to advance on Cali, which has 3 divisions there, 2 militia and 1 infantry division. Get convoy sailing unlocked. And let's actually go ahead and stop using our navy in the Caribbean. Because let's face it, they're not really doing anything at this point. They're just sort of watching out for a navy that doesn't really exist anymore, or if it ever existed in the first place. I'm just saying they weren't really challenged in their role for supremacy of the Caribbean Sea in this conflict. Keep moving here, though. And I'm just looking so forward to getting all that fuel from Venezuela in the near future, which we could get without having to trade so much. The Fengtian government declared war on the Qing Imperial Authority, and there's the 5th Sili-Fengtian War in China. That is going down. Keep advancing here. Get it done. Good. League of Southeast Provinces. Join a clique that's in China. Doctrines available. Military stuff. Do integrated support. Now, research slot available. Unlock this here. Next, artillery upgrade for 1940. Resistance contacts have been expanded. Now let's do coordinate operations. Do that. Focus in our army branch of the tree. We are taking the enemy capital, and this should beat them, I would hope. Just take their capital. That's all you got to do. Take the capital. They're routed. Just capture it. Excavation 3 is done, I believe. And they are forced to capitulate. We're going to make them a puppet of our country. Once we had to take everything first. So, in turn here, in turn, pass, in turn, done. And we'll get an event to make them into our subject pretty soon. But for now, let's move all of Army Group 1, except with the exception of our colonial garrison force. Companions of Joan of Arc. The Companions of Joan of Arc is an association honoring the memory of the patron saint of France, canonized in 1920 in the aftermath of the Revolution. Founded in 1930 by Maxime Real Desort, an artist close to Action Française, after the man organized for a relic of the saint to be smuggled out of the Commune, the association describes itself as apolitical, simply stating that it seeks to bring together all those of goodwill around the person, around she who saved France in her hour of need, and who so perfectly embodies our aspirations for the freedom of our nation. And indeed, each year the patriotic celebrations organized around the shrine built for the relic are more and more popular, with tens of thousands in attendance for a day culminating in an open-air mass, including numerous parliamentarians, officials, bishops, intellectuals, veterans, and officers. And this year, even Joseph Dannon himself, the Grand Master of the Legionary Order, he attended. However, despite the association claiming that it seeks to remain apolitical, and the Pucelle being revered by most of the political spectrum, many seek to use the event to further their political agenda. Both the Action Française and the Parti Social François have repeatedly been caught distributing leaflets, supporters of the two parties sometimes even coming to blows. However, these minor incidents have not hampered the general enthusiasm for the celebrations, and the Companions expect even more attendance next year. And that is that. So that is just a flavor event, I suppose. We got some base war support and national populism, and another ideology became more popular, and the fate of Colombia. It will be liberated under a friendly government. So now Colombia is the Greater Colombian Authority, and it is a subject of the Entente at this point in time. And we're getting our troops ready to invade Venezuela. We're on the border now. We're not going to worry about attacking. Oh, there's a war. Oh, great. I think Deutsche Middle Africa is going to collapse. That's a little concerning. It may potentially collapse. And at this point, let's get our units in position. Get them in the position. Oh, can you guys stop collapsing? Whatever. Can we attack the Central African Republic? We could. Let's take advantage of the opportunity. That will take 85 days. How many units? Not that many. We could potentially do this. Yeah, I think we could, while they're busy with the Mexicans. A Mexican war with Mexico. The Central American Republic will not be expecting a strike from Costa Rica, which means we can move in from the south relatively unopposed and take their country. Well, make them into a subject of the Legionary Order. And now let's declare war on the colonialized Venezuela. Well, declare war on Venezuela and begin the attack now with our two armies. Well, it's mainly one army. And the West Indies Federation is going to do, I have no clue. I have no idea what they're going to do. They'll have to deal with the Venezuelans possibly moving into the Mamuba jungle as well. Yeah, they're going to lose this now. West Guano, they weren't defending it. They just weren't defending it at all. Move our Air Force in also. Get that done. Focus all on Venezuela. Good. Move the fighters also. Get them deployed. Uganda declared war on Kenya. I'm pretty sure Middle Africa is collapsing, the German colonial power in that continent. And now, let's start making more military factories. I'm looking forward to a collapse of Middle Africa, because that means we can simply expand our presence even more into West Africa, potentially. And, yeah, it's a big mess there, isn't it? Very big mess. Extremely big mess. And why is Deutsche Middle Africa... Oh, wait, no. I'm confused. Never mind. I don't know what I'm looking at. I saw something about Nigeria and Free State being a British protectorate of the Deutsche Middle Africa. Not sure of how that works, but okay. Congo Free State. They are... Yeah, the Ottomans are under siege. There's the Cairo Axis, the end of this here. There's some event rebellion in Yemen. There's a lot of fighting in the Middle East and Africa. A lot of opportunities for us to continue our march, well, our invasions. And now we're going to do focus, patriotic appeals. Armenia declared war on the Ottoman Empire. We could, I don't know, who do we attack after we get done here? We could simply defeat the Cairo Axis for our benefit soon enough. Keep moving in here, though, get all that done. Take the capital of Venezuela. I think we took their capital already, or maybe we didn't. Whatever, just capture it, bring it under our control, and then we'll invade Central America, and then we may turn to the Middle East and strike at the what is it? The Cairo Axis. Goringia declared war on Zanzibar. Yeah, I think clearly the what is it? Middle Africa is collapsing. Pass. Take all these states. Good. And with this over with, let's go and send our units. Hajjaj on the Cairo Axis. Let's send all of our units now up here to the border with the Central American Republic. I'm hoping if we do defeat them, we can merge Costa Rica with them to get a strong puppet. And Second Sino-Japanese War, and the tribes break free of the Germans. The second Arab revolt is taking place. Middle Africa is falling down as expected. Darkness reigns over the dark continent, as it is called. And this event says here, I gotta read through so many things, so many events. Let me just read this one here. Darkness reigns over the dark continent. Due to Goring's rebellion and because of the mismanagement of Middle Africa, their chain of command has broken down through the continent. Warlords and local rulers now hold more power in most areas than the German administration. The complex network of alliances that once made up Middle Africa have been thrown into chaos as the entire continent heads to war. The capital of Dar es Salaam has been seized by the Askari and mercenaries loyal to Goring. Southwest Africa has been seized by the loyal Schutztruppen, and Southwest Africa hangs precariously in the balance of outside forces with the sudden collapse of German influence in the region. Meanwhile, our brothers in Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria, and North Rhodesia are in peril. The Kikuyu have risen up against the Kampala government. Loyalists in Nyasaland are locked in conflict with the German governor in Lusaka, and the Islamic Northern Territories of Nigeria have risen up in revolt. Across the former British colonial sphere, the emergency network of telegrams beacons is lit. Africa calls for aid, and Cape Town will answer. So everything's going wrong in Africa, I suppose. It's just collapsing. And I just didn't read that second event there. I believe it was about a poem. I'm really hoping we can have an easy war with the Central American Republic and get some free land for that. We're going to be ready to go by February 1939. The Dominion of West Africa joined our faction. Good. That's more allies for us. And let's release Venezuela now. They will be a puppet of us. And that is done. So we now have a puppet in Venezuela. They are our national populace. They will provide us with the fuel we need for cheap, as can be seen here. If we look to it, let me get it here. So Venezuela, what does Venezuela have? They have tons of it, don't they? They should, right? I mean, I think. Wait, no, let me find out here. Trade. I did this for fuel. I better get my fuel. Fuel, please. Fuel. Give me fuel. Trade. Actually, is there like a way to see this here? Subjects. Yes. I mean, we get fuel from Colombia, whatever. We can't get no fuel from... Actually, is it... Okay, yeah, there we go. All the fuel we ever want. Look at this. All the fuel. 2 factories for so much fuel. And it just zooms back up. Thank you, Venezuela. You would be most useful to Joseph Danan and his cause due to your fuel resources. And the Republic of South Africa is fighting someone... Wait, Republic of South Africa. That could be bad for us. They have... Weren't they part of our faction? I guess they weren't. What do we do? Do we continue advancing? There's so much opportunity. South Rhodesia. I mean, at this point, I should be probably... Did we lose South Africa and gain the Dominion of West Africa? Maybe we did. Maybe we did. Let me look at resources here. What could be most beneficial to us? What do we struggle with greatly? We don't need as much stuff from Italy also anymore. Okay, that's too much. Never mind. We do need some of it. Who can give us steel? I mean, what is it? Tungsten. Without having to trade so much. Burma, they're far away. Who has more steel, though? Follow the Rashidi Emirate? Dianton Comfort has some steel. We are fine with... Well, we need more resources constantly. Who could have steel for us? I mean, we have the oil now. Rubber. Who has rubber? Madagascar, Deutsch West Africa. I don't know. There's quite some rubber in many places. At least we control a lot of fuel. We have tons of fuel now. Wallonia. We could invade South Africa for chromium. We may have to do that, potentially. And here's some more infantry divisions. Bring them over. Well, here's a couple of them are, in fact, they're actually, what is it? They're actually garrison troops. Bring them over to their garrison positions. Here's some more infantry, though, for the 3rd Army. Good. And we have our front lines established here in central, on the border with the Central American Republic. We still are going to plan to invade. Get some planes moved over from here, though. Focus them entirely on Central America. Close air support. Good. And now let's do the focus, rule the skies, to modify the force cooperations, national spirit, and get some fighters. More divisions are ready. These are garrison troops. Send them off to Army 2. And does Army 2 even need more divisions? This is the last batch we'll make. I think they will be fine after a short time. Now let's build tons of military factories now, and more of our country. Build some factories, even in fact, in these inaccessible territories, which will work for some reason. That's a thing we can do. Industry, what can be done here? Concentrated Industry 3, get started on that. And I'm hoping we can invade Central America before they lose to Mexico, because it's looking like they will not win there. But to be fair, once we start invading them, this will be an easy war. The North Caucasian Imamate joined the Istanbul Pact. And what's this say here? Marshall Network. And focus on the Communards. Something relating to intelligence. Can we establish an intel network? Please do that. Yes, the Bureau, or whatever it's called. Establish that for espionage purposes. And I don't know what to do here. We invade Central America, then we'll go out to the Cairo axis, then we'll turn to the Impossible Hajj. That's happened or something. We'll invade more parts of Africa or South America. I don't know. Africa and South America are really just, we can take anything we want at this point, I would think. I can't believe we have so much fuel. We have such an excessive amount of it. I need to build more fuel silos, probably. That'd be a good call, I think. Don't build military factories right now. Cancel everything in this queue. Let's, in fact, just build a bunch of military... fuel silos. Oh, I can't even do that. I didn't even research it. That's embarrassing. That is really embarrassing. I just canceled a bunch of queues for nothing. Oh well. We'll get more military factories soon enough. And I'm going to have to research that in the near future. Get that done eventually. When are we ready to invade? Soon enough, I think. Well, it is 19 February. Oh, a few more days. We should be ready to go. The Ottoman Empire annexed Armenia. That has happened. We have an event here. I think it's a Muslim holiday event. And Mexico continues their march through Guatemala. They're approaching the city of Guatemala. And are we ready to go here? Can we please start this war? Only a few more days. Gabon join the Entente. That's good for us. And we're ready to go. Start the war now. And start justifying on the Sultanate of Egypt. And how this is going to work, we're going to eventually advance, we're going to try to advance through Libya, as well as launch some naval invasions. And this is, wow, is that like 20 days? That is 20 days. That's crazy. We can start wars in 20 days? Is that right? That's 150 days. I don't know what the deal is there. Whatever. We'll fight them. We'll fight them eventually. But let's fight the Central American Republic now, call in all of our allies, get that done, and push forward and just overwhelm them with our numbers and our Navy, Air Force and such. Move in, just advance forward. They have like no troops on this border in Costa Rica simply because they're too busy fighting Mexico. Honestly, that is the situation they're in. Just drive along the border, advance as fast as possible. This invasion is going very well for us simply because, as I expected, the Central American Republic is too busy with everything else going on in the northern part of their country. Rule the skies is done. And now let's do Citizen Soldier Ideal. And that will modify the Darlan Plan focus. And how overpowered is our country at this point? I mean, we have this national spirit here, as well as everything else we got from the unknown Legionary Order part of the tree. I don't know, we're pretty strong, I would think, in terms of national spirits. And let's get direct ground support at this point in time. We unlock that. in our air doctrine tree, keep pushing forward. We're facing, well, the opposition we're coming across in Central America is just being destroyed. Get some more guns made. Good. The most up-to-date weapons we can find. Take this place here. Take over El Salvador. I think, well, Honduras. And the Raj Authority declared war on the Princely Federation. North African Cup, that is going on. And I imagine the Raj Authority may won't help. We're not going to give it to them right now, but keep advancing here, though. We're ready to now fight Egypt. Oh my goodness gracious. Who do we justify on now? There's so many places we can fight. My goodness, I don't know. Brazil? We could invade Brazil. Brazil is very much on the table, 11 to 30 divisions. We could do it, yeah, let's justify in Brazil. 75 days for just that war justification. That is absurd. That is crazy. So we're going to fight Egypt soon enough. Or no, let's wait for our war to even begin with the... Cancel this before we even begin it. Switzerland recognizes the commune. That is an insult to the French national state and the Legionary Order. We will remember this slight. And it looks more and more like, let's get to the enemy capital now. Order restored in the Italian Federation. Are no longer an occupied puppet. Take out these divisions here. Advance toward the enemy capital. Take this province. Move toward Guatemala. Ecuador has been annexed by Peru. That has happened. Research slot available. Start making, well, unlock field hospitals. Gabon refused to join us in our war. So did South Rhodesia, for whatever reason. Get some construction 3 research. The Siberian army is marching west. And that's Transamir fighting the Russian Socialist Republic. And we're done with the... We are finished with the how to say, the Central American Republic. So in turn, annex everything. Good. And we have well, we control all of Central America now. And let's move all of our army over to North Africa, where we will fight the Cairo Axis. Once we arrive there, we got to fight through Tripoli and Libya, Cyrenaica, then get into Egypt. Or we may just have some naval invasions. I don't know what we'll do. Do something with that, though. So let's set up some naval invasions now with like 5 divisions. Land at every port. The Madagascar declared war on Golaringia. We'll land at Madagascar. No, not Madagascar, but land. I don't know. Let's not worry about invading them by sea. We'll just march through Libya and defeat the Cairo Axis. That way the Congo Kingdom has been annexed or something. Now, fate of Central America. Formation of the Anti-Garden Pact. Liberate a loyal Central America. And so we have Central America united. So that's great for us. They're serving the Legionary Order of France at this point. And we have firmly established ourselves as the true, well, at least in parts of Latin America. And we have an operative we can recruit now, get one of them, get that guy, and just keep expanding. What war do you want us to join? Do we help out in India? Not right now. We want to fight Egypt. The plan is to fight Egypt and their allies. And this should be an easy war. Well, our plan is to ultimately make Libya one united puppet, as well as Egypt and also all those other countries that are in the Cairo Axis. And for the record, honestly, player-led peace conferences is overpowered, in my opinion. Sometimes it can be. It's useful, though. And at this point, what can I do here? Do broad offensives, unlock, well, do that focus in the tree. And do we declare war now? Our army is still in the process of getting across the Atlantic, so we can't do that just yet. And Venezuela, and I think, no, just Colombia has divisions at this point. Let me move all my navy home. Send all of the Legionary Order of France's navy back to Algiers. And this is a war film event. I do like the film events that are good for flavor for this country. And I think, what happened here? The Mau Mau declared war. The Kenya People's State declared war on the State of Israel, Uganda. And I believe I'm going to end part 3 of my French National State Legionary Order Path playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod. Kaiserredux here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can check out Kaiserredux in the video description. The link to the mod is there.